Hello there. Yes, a right royal mess on the weather front, I'm sure you'll agree. I will be here, but whether I'll be welcome, especially when you hear the forecast, remains to be seen. I will see you in a few minutes.
Weather time now. I didn't like the look of those grey clouds and the mumbles there, Ruth.
They look pretty ominous, didn't they? Yes, and once again, all I can say is just really sorry. It's July, isn't it? I mean, come on, weather, for goodness sakes.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and in fact, you're not going to like at all what's coming next, because I'm going to start by talking about weather warning. Can you believe it? Much of Wales currently covered by this yellow blob. It's a yellow weather warning, and there will be thunderstorms over the next few hours. This has already come into force and runs until midnight tonight. So the worst affected area shaded in, but actually thunderstorms possible almost anywhere. And more of those to come over the next few days with low pressure firmly in the driving seat. However, it does give way to a very, very weak area of high pressure, which means by the end of the week, we should well see something slightly more settled, and possibly by the time we get into the coming weekend, well, a weekend of two halves. Saturday, we'll see showers, Sunday shaping up to be something a little bit calmer. But generally speaking, it is all very hit and miss. So if it's blue skies and tropical temperatures that you're looking for, certainly not going to see them here in Wales. And in fact, many parts of Europe are really feeling the pain as well. But there are signs that by the time we get towards the end of July, we could see something slightly more settled. However, we do have an awful long way to go before we get there. Here are the details. You know it's bad, don't you, when the most excited you could get is about a slightly wobbly pollen level. So, yeah, sorry about that.
Ruth, we still love you. Thank you.
Not particularly pleasant out there at the moment, I think we can safely say, with further showers. Some of these could be on the heavy side as we head into the overnight stretch, particularly over the hills and mountains of Snowdonia, Eryri. Pretty miserable conditions here. There will be some dry spells, but actually the low-lying cloud, mist and fog is going to persist for much of the night, and that stops temperatures from dropping. In fact, if anything, barely dropping from daytime values, so quite mild and muggy as we wake then to tomorrow morning. Not a particularly pleasant start to the day, and again, there will be further showers again over the hills and mountains in the north. Elsewhere, though, Wednesday is shaping up to be a relatively dry day with, dare I say it, the odd spot of sunshine. But I think on the whole, you're going to have to be very, very quick to catch it. Temperatures topping out at 19 or 20. But again, we do have quite a brisk wind, so feeling just a little bit fresher and still not feeling quite as we'd like it to at this time of the year. But despite all of this, we also have high levels of UV. That's thanks to the strength of that sunshine. So again, just be careful despite all the cloud. As we head through into the outlook stretch, then Thursday is not looking too bad either. There will be showers. I think as a general rule, the further south you go, this is where you'll see the best of the drier spells and possible sunshine. But I think here in Wales, the sunshine is going to be rather fleeting. But it's one of those outlooks that could be better, could be worse. So by the time we get into the weekend, we're looking at, well, Saturday there will be showers. If you're making plans, Sunday is certainly shaping up to be the better day of the two. And you can see the temperatures throughout holding at around 19 or 20, which is all very average. But when you factor in the keen breeze that seems to have dominated recently, it feels much fresher. And disappointing seems to be very much the word. Well, we're just at that time of the year, I'm afraid, where grass pollen is still airborne, still getting up our noses, with generally moderate levels over the next few days, dropping though to something slightly more comfortable during any showers.